Okay, here is a very nice condition General Electric Model 3-5875A, which is the GE SuperBase. But I just happened to run across this. Actually may be the rarest GE SuperBase still in existence. And you really wouldn't notice it unless you started to take it apart and you realize that some of the parts just weren't right. For starters, it's kind of hard to see with the radio assembled, but in between, this is a dual circuit board radio. You can see there's one board here and then a flashlight. See, there's another board sandwiched the underside, which the components face the opposite direction. In every other GE SuperBase I've ever taken apart, there is a solid metal plate in between. When you lift this board up and out, there is a RF shielding plate that separates the two. This radio does not have that. It has a small plate that only covers this area here, soldered directly to the underside of the board. And it had a few solder traces cut and a few other components patched onto it, which didn't look right. I mean, you could see somebody had worked on it, but one of the giveaways here was, get turned around here, there is a factory serviced by General Electric. But what makes this really rare, get the light on here, if you come down to the serial number 00000062, this is the 62nd General Electric SuperBase radio ever made. This may be a first day production run, and that would explain some of the changes on the circuit board. So like most things in life, first time they come out with something, you know, they find there's faults and they need to fix them, and they updated those in all the later versions, which this one has apparently had those updates done. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick video to show this may actually be the rarest GE SuperBase still in existence. I'd almost have to go back 3 years worth of invoices and check, but I think the lowest production or serial number one I've ever worked on was in the thousands. I've worked on them into the 10,000s, you know, worked on them in the thousands, but I've never worked on even into hundreds. And like I say, this one is number 62. So this may be possibly the, you know, lowest serial number still in existence, and this one is in very good condition. Someone had tried it. The customer sent this to me. He bought it off eBay, had it sent directly to me. It didn't receive or transmit. Someone had tried to do, I guess, a channel modification on it, unsuccessfully. Ended up cracking almost every core in the adjustment cores and the transformers on the other side. Cracked like 5 or 6 of the cores. I got all those extracted and replaced. But when they tried to do the channel mod, I don't know if they couldn't get it to work right. And when they tried to rejumper tracks across, they didn't get all the tracks hooked back up, and the PLL had no voltage. So that was actually fairly simple to fix. It was just a matter of properly fixing the solder traces that had been cut before. So this radio is now in completely unmodified condition. The only thing that has been done to it is all of the electrolytic capacitors have been changed, and that includes all of the. Also, if you look down in here, see the little mustard tantalum capacitor. All the original blue tantalum capacitors were changed. So, you know, all the electrolytics on the power supply board, the ones crammed, you know, back in here. You had to pull all these extra boards out. There's a bunch of tantalums down here on the, get the light out again, on this speech compressor board. There's a aluminum electrolytic and a bunch of tantalums crammed in on this little board. So all the electrolytics have been changed. Other than that, this radio is now 100% original as it would have left the factory, other than the modifications that GE did themselves to it. So I just wanted to document this because, like I say, I've never run into a 2-digit serial number GE SuperBase. So there it is.